Kitchen. Chef Paul with me today, Chef Amy.
Hi.
We're making some chicken shawarma. What do you guys think? Amy, are you excited?
Yes.
Chicken shawarma is awesome. It tastes great. And the only problem is Amy just coming out of surgery, has a few dietary restrictions, and I really have to be careful what I actually allow her to be near. And I know that sounds a little controlling and that sounds a little mean, but the reality is actually quite grim. If she starts eating stuff that she's not allowed, she's going to have problems. So we're not gonna do that because that would be just a little bit too much. I'm going to take about a cup of plain Greek yogurt, fat-free, because that's the best you're going to do on that. It's a little early in the morning. The reason that we're doing this so early is because, well, we want to let the chicken marinate.
Yeah.
And that's important because the longer you let things marinate, the better you're going to be. It tastes way better when you marinate. If you don't marinate, well,
The flavor doesn't get through.
yeah. So I'm going to take a few tablespoons of lemon juice. You can use fresh lemons. I actually did buy fresh lemons for this, but I just don't want to use them right now. Sorry, Amy.
It's all good.
And then we're going to do some ground black pepper. If you don't have it, get it. It is so much better. You'll actually notice a difference. I kind of find with the regular pepper shakers, you might as well be just not using it at all because you're not getting much flavor. I'm going to use some turmeric. That's about a tablespoon of that. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you have arthritis, you suffer from anything, you're better off with turmeric. I'd make an excuse to put in everything because it does help. And then we're going to use some onion powder, not salt, onion powder. That's about a tablespoon of that. I could take an onion, I could grate it up, but just for the sake of the sauce itself, we don't need to do that. Then I'm going to use some ground cumin. Not cumin, Amy.
I know.
So a tablespoon of ground cumin. That's all Amy talks about sometimes. Then a tablespoon of cinnamon. Now you can use red chili flakes if you want. It's actually quite tasty. However, due to Amy's restrictions, I can't use it. So I'm going to use about a tablespoon of nutmeg. So we're not putting anything hot in here. Maybe I will when Amy's back's turned, but
No.
and then I'm going to put in about a half a tablespoon of chili powder. It's not hot, but I think she'll be all right with this, but we'll see. If not, more for me. Yeah. And then we got some garlic powder. Again, it's a tablespoon of garlic powder, not garlic salt.
Yeah.
There is a difference. We don't want the salt.
No.
Some people are going to add salt to this too, and you can if you want. We're not going to, because it's just not something that we do. I'm just going to move these out of my way, because now we got to cut chicken and mix. Now, you want to taste before you just decide that you're done, because one of the biggest problems you're going to have is you might need to add something else to it. We might need more yogurt because something's too strong, or you might need more of a certain spice. You might need more lemon juice too.
Yeah.
So I always want to test your sauces just before you go crazy and just say you're done, because you're not. You're not done by far. But you want to make sure you stir everything in really good before you even do your taste test. And I'm not saying take a huge giant spoon, because this is your product you need to marinate. If you taste too much and you like it too much, you eat too much, and you're just going to have to make more.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Yeah, good. Perfect, in fact. Right, now we got to do the chicken, and normally I would have had this all done, but I'm going to cut this in a specific way today. So give me 1 second, I want to get my gloves. always want to have protection.
You're so bad today.
And just to let you know, Amy and I have been happily married for 2 years.
No. 18.
Yeah, but only 2 of them are happy.
No.
I'm only joking, guys. I'm only joking. So, we got our chicken here, and I'm going to cut this little thing right off here. And we want to cut this really thin. Now, some people say, well, you should cut them into to strips and marinate, and that's not the best way to do it. You want to cut them very small and thin, like this. And the reason is, once we put this in a marinade, it's going to marinate the whole part of the chicken. Now, if we had left it like this, then only this would get marinated. Whereas this, everything it does. So this is way, way better. So when we're done with that, we just dump that in. So we want to make sure that you're just cutting up really, really thin bite slices. Now, I'm going to be making more of a bowl rather than a
Pita.
I'm not saying I don't like pitas, I do, but just for the sake of Amy needs food that she doesn't, that's pre-cut, so it's already broken down more for her.
That's easier to digest.
Yeah, so if you suffer from IBS or anything like that, you want to make sure that you're cutting your foods down very, very thin. Also, with IBS, there's a few things that you have to worry about. And I'm sorry that you're having to watch me cut this all off and stuff like that. But this doesn't take very long. Number one, you want to reduce your fat. You don't want to be eating fat. You want to get rid of dairy. And almond products are really good, we find.
Yep.
We like our almond. And you can get almond for pretty much any type of milk product you want, including coffee cream. Speaking of coffee, if you're suffering with IBS, give coffee up. Absolutely give it up. It's not good for you, and it will really affect it. And I know Amy does like her coffee. After all, she just helped me pay for a basically $200 coffee maker that she can't even use.
Yeah.
So matcha, or how do you say that, Amy?
Matcha.
Matcha, chicory are 2 really good options. Doesn't taste exactly like coffee. No, it doesn't, but it's good enough. You got this little piece hanging out. Ditch that. If you're really worried about fat, you can cut that off. You can have ground beef. However, it has to be extra lean, and when you cook it, you do have to drain the grease.
Rinse it with water when you're done.
Yeah. Don't just eat the grease. I know if you're watching certain people's cooking shows, they'll tell you fat equals flavor, and it absolutely does. I would be lying to you if I told you it didn't. However, if you're dealing with things like IBS and other issues, fat also equals stomach issues.
Yeah.
So when you hear Gordon Ramsay talking about that, keep in mind Gordon Ramsay's talking to the audience that doesn't really suffer from a lot of issues and can have that. And yeah, you can say it's not fair, and it isn't, but that's life. Life isn't always fair, guys, and if you're watching my series and you've been following me along, you know that I'm cooking for people with specialty diets. And I'm telling you right now that I completely understand where the heartache is, We've all had to give up things that we didn't want to give up, and it's not always fun, and it sucks sometimes. Amy's had to give up a lot this week. She's had to give up her hot spices.
Yeah.
She's had to give up coffee, and I can tell you right now, Amy's not happy about that. Amy, being Dutch, likes her chocolate. And guess what Amy can't have now? Chocolate. Now, as she heals, she might find that she can start having some of that back. She might. It's possible. Or maybe she won't. But the point is sometimes when we're going to these specialty diets because of our illnesses, yes, you're right, it isn't fair. It's Amy's birthday coming up soon, and Amy would love for me to make her a big chocolate cake. I can't. And she doesn't want me to, because she knows exactly what's going to happen. Amy's very mature, and she's taken everything really well. So don't get me wrong, like, I'm not saying that Amy's been crying about or really angry or upset. She hasn't. She's been taking this extremely well. But the truth of the matter is, Amy would still love to have her chocolate cake. And she can't. And that means there's a lot of us that have the same issues, that we would love to have certain things that we just can't have. I have mine. I love to go grab some of the new holiday Coke flavors, but they're all in regular. They're not in zero. So guess who doesn't get to have it? Me. I love to have a nice piece of pie quite often, but guess who can't have it? Me. So we all have to. As all for our purpose says, we all have our cross to bear. And sometimes it's easier than others. Unfortunately, Amy has a rather larger one today, but tomorrow's going to be a new day. And I like to believe that Amy's going to get healed from it, and she'll start having more things introduced to her diet. So as you get your chicken in here, you want to wrap the marinade all around this. Now, perfectly, I would love to have this sit in the fridge for 24 hours. Not likely going to happen because we're going to be cooking this much later. It is what it is. You stick around, I'm going to be cooking Amy the most killer lasagna you ever seen. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be the best lasagna I've ever made, guaranteed. And so we'll be cooking this later, but ideally 24 hours, if not 24 hours, at least 3 hours. Or hold out as long as you can, because the more that you do, and again, the reason that I chopped the chicken up the way that we're going to be serving it is that everything's fully coated. The more it's coated, the more flavor it's going to be, the better the marinade. Because yes, it will marinate against the whole strip, but it's not going to be fully flavored. I want Amy, when she bites into this, actually taste chicken's shawarma. I want her to, wow, this is just as good as it would have been if I got this at a restaurant. The only difference between the restaurant and me is I know what I'm putting in here, and I know that Amy's going to love the taste. She's going to love the flavor. Anybody that eats this with us is going to absolutely fall in love with it and wish that they made this recipe. So please hit that like, share, subscribe button. For the meantime, Amy's going to find the cover, put this in the fridge, and we're going to leave this sit pretty much all day. We'll be back tonight. So stay tuned. And welcome back. So we got the shawarma. It's still marinating. It's going to have a nice little swim in its little bath, and we're going to leave it alone. So I got one whole thing of garlic. We're going to stick this into the food processor. Why? Because I don't want to dice garlic. I feel lazy to do that. And you know what? It's really not laziness.
No.
It's appropriateness. So I got some mayonnaise here, and then I'm going to measure out 1 cup of mayo. So I'm going to make an extra big dose because I feel like we actually have a lot more. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 2 because we actually do have a bigger dose of chicken than normal. And you know me, I like my sauces.
Yep.
This is a chicken shawarma sauce, and when you're getting mayo, don't get Miracle Whip. Really don't. It's garbage, and it's bad enough that it's nearly impossible to find real mayonnaise these days unless you make it yourself. But the unfortunate part, the cost of the eggs alone and the amount of oil that goes into it, it's just not cost effective. So you're better off just, buying mayonnaise. But if you can get like real mayonnaise, like real legit mayonnaise, then get real mayonnaise. You're just all around better to get real mayonnaise. Yeah, it's Miracle Whip is cheap, and I get that, but you got to think about what's best for you. And if you just keep on taking the cheap option just because it's cheap, sooner or later it's going to affect your health, and yeah, that's not a good thing.
No.
You don't want to do that. I'm just going to clean this a little bit off because that's where the engine's going to go here in just a few moments. And I'm very lucky because I got Amy here to clean up all the mess. I'm going to do about 2-3 tablespoons of sesame seeds. And these are roasted sesame seeds. These are awesome. I'm going to do a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You can use regular vinegar if you want. However, I like apple cider better because it's good for diabetics. It's good for people who need the extra. And I got some oregano, and there's really not much left here, so I'm just going to put whatever's left. Now, I did go out and buy lemons yesterday, but I think I'm going to leave them for Amy.
For lemon water?
Lemon water, yeah. And so I'm just going to put a couple tablespoons worth in here. If you put too much in, not a big deal.
No.
Really isn't. Lemon's not a bad thing, especially for this. Don't need any sugar. That's surprise. We're gonna use some black pepper. And I can't say this enough. You want to get one of these little personal grinders because it really gives you much better quality. And you can actually taste the pepper. Because I promise you, if you get the cheap ones, you don't. Trying to get this off the centerpiece as much as I can. Food processors are awesome. If you don't own one, get one.
Yeah.
Like seriously, cannot say that enough. It's good for mixing, which you'll see here, but it's also good for the still have garlic in your soup. And I want that really minced up really well. So I'm sure everything's done now, but I just want to make extra sure. And it looks really good to me.
Yeah, it does.
You want to shake this off a little bit. Just going to give this a quick little rinse. Because otherwise, when we go to clean this later, it's going to be a pain in the butt.
Yeah. And that's it for the sauce.
And I'm going to get a little spoon
You're
here.
going to taste test it?
Yeah. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Always test your stuff, because if need be, I can put the thing back in there and just mix up a little bit more. So now you want to find a container, you want to mix that all into it, put it in the fridge, and just be ready to do the rest. Now, in the meantime, you want to make maybe 2 cups of rice, or a cup if it's just you eating.
But there's 2 of us, so 2
of
cups.
us. Yeah. And then cut up some vegetables. We're going to use some a sweet pepper, tomato, and maybe an onion. You can cook those up. We're just going to have them raw alongside of this, and some chicken shawarma. So we'll be back in a couple more hours when we're ready to actually cook and get everything all tied up. But I'm telling you, that is an awesome sauce. If you need more lemon, don't worry about it. You can't go wrong. Welcome back. So I said that we're gonna eat this raw. Amy kind of beat me up on the idea. She didn't like it at all. Surprise, surprise. Amy never does. So we decided we're gonna roast. So I'm waiting for the oven to go to 375, and I'm gonna use my new roasting pan. I'm just gonna put a little bit of low salt. It's not real salt.
And pepper.
I'm putting 3 ingredients in here. Black pepper. So this is red pepper, tomato, and onion. So this is going to be a chicken shawarma meal. It's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put some tagine. If you don't have tagine, get it. It's amazing. So we're just going to wait for this to finish heating up here. It's just only going to take a few seconds. Then we're going to put this in for about, what, 10 minutes?
Probably 10, 15.
10 minutes I think should be good enough. I don't want them toasty.
True.
We got our rice already cooked.
Yep.
So this is going to be a fast process. This process, believe it or not, is actually really, really simple. I've already greased the bottom of this. You can use a baking tray if you want. You don't have to have this, but honestly, if you shop at Superstore and you're in Canada, it's worth collecting your stamps to get this. We got this today. Amy just has to wash it and take the
Yeah, we
sticker
just
off.
got it.
Just got it. It's a really nice baking tray. I can make some desserts in this.
Anything,
You can
really.
do a lot in this. This is absolutely beautiful. It's very thick. It's sturdy. It's not a cheap product at all. All right, perfect. So we're gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes. Shouldn't need any more than that.
No.
Now I'm gonna take this pan here, and we're just gonna put a little bit of oil. I don't need a whole lot. Not one of these people that's gonna tell you that you need to guzzle oil all over it. You don't.
No.
That's a bunch of hogwash, and you don't need to do it, so don't do it. So we're gonna turn the oven or the stove on. Surprise, surprise. And what we're gonna do here is we're going to wait a minute or two for this to start to heat up, and you can usually tell because you start doing this now. It's a little on the slow side, but once it heats up, it'll bubble a little bit. It'll move really, really quick. So we're gonna get that heat up. And here's our chicken. It's been marinating all day. We did this pretty much as soon as we woke up.
We
this
did.
morning. And every little bit of this has been
Marinating.
and sleeping in. And our cats are going a little crazy. Now, with this being said, and my first use for this today, when the chicken is done, we're just going to put it in here. And you're going to ask why. Because we're not going to overcrowd. You don't need to do that. That's crazy. So only put in what your pan can handle. And make sure everything's all cooked thoroughly. So it's not that hard to do. But it might be a little time consuming, and that's fine.
Should I wash it first?
We already did. Sort of.
Okay.
I did that before we did that.
All right, cool. Now to cook the chicken.
So we're gonna put the chicken in, and you might need to do a couple rounds of this,
Probably will.
and that's not a big deal. Take a couple rounds. This is definitely going to be more than one, probably 3. But don't overcrowd, because at the end it's going to take longer to cook anyways, because it's just too much in there to physically do that. So let it cook for a little bit, toss it, and then continue on. It's nice to have Amy home because things actually get put away and the kitchen actually looks somewhat decent. A lot better than what I had it.
Aww.
So it is what it is. So cook this through, put this away. Now I'm not saying you have to use this, but use something. But just make sure that everything's fully cooked, because there's nothing like raw chicken.
Salmonella.
It's going to make you sick.
Yeah.
So when this is all done, when we're 100% done cooking, we'll come back. In the meantime, hit that like, share, subscribe button. And again, let's make cooking great again. And we're done. So I'm just going to try to grab a spoon if I can find it what I want. This won't work. And we're going to start off with the rice. And we're just going to unplug it because we don't need this on anymore.
And it's going to be hot.
It is. So this has been an all day thing. And you know what? Sometimes when you cook all day, this is good. But we got so much. We don't really need to. We absolutely do not need to be. We don't need to be cooking the same thing tomorrow because we're going to have lots left over. So we're going to put a little bit of rice on here. Now, where it's a rice maker, it's pretty packed in, so you want to... And if you're going to use soy sauce, and that's perfectly fine because I know I'm going to, use low sodium soy sauce because it's just better for you.
Yeah.
How does that look so far?
Excellent.
So now we're going to get some veggies going. Should have just made Amy eat a raw onion.
No.
She'd been alright with that, I think.
No.
So is there some onion?
Some pepper.
Amy is getting home from the hospital a couple days ago, so she, of course, hasn't really had much to eat. That's actually not
Toast.
toast.
Literally.
So her birthday's coming up. She's turning 60.
No.
Now, how old are you turning, Amy?
44.
44. Getting up there.
Yeah.
So, with her new diet, she's not really capable of going out to eat at a restaurant, which is what she normally likes to do for her birthday.
Yeah.
So we can't do that this year.
No. Which is fine. I'd rather be safe than pay the price for it.
Yeah.
So
now we're going to try to get some chicken on here. And how's this look?
it looks amazing. I can't wait to try it.
Sometimes you have to work all day to get a byproduct, but I mean, we still got lots left after this meal.
We do.
So I mean, it's not like this is just a one meal thing.
No.
So now we're gonna find
Soy sauce?
the sauce we need for today.
It's right there. Yep.
Right here, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I made sure I put in the front.
Now you can put this all in a wrap too. Just for the sake of Amy, we're not going to do that.
I don't need the extra fat right now.
If you deal with IBS or any stomach issues, the best thing you can do for yourself is when you make something, cut it. Cut it as down as much as you can, because the more that you can just bite into it without having to make your stomach do it, it's better. The less your stomach has to break down, the better it is for your system.
And take your time eating too. Make sure you chew every bite good.
Amy had to learn that the hard way.
No.
How's this look, guys?
Mmm.
You can put as much sauce on you want. This is what we wanted, but this looks good to me. Does this look good to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all about what making cooking great again. Chances are you have your rice. If you don't have chicken, it's not hard to get. Get your chicken. A lot of like yogurt, mayonnaise, different spices, vegetables, lemon. You don't have to use these spices. You can use others. It's not a big deal.
You can make it spicy if you want.
Yep. Chicken shawarma is a Mediterranean dish, so technically it shouldn't be spicy, but you can do you, right? Let's hit the like button, share, subscribe, and until next time, let's make cooking great again and keep it safe.